Hello everyone, my name is EVOO and welcome to Cooking with the Koyas. Today folks, we are going to make spaghetti, but not just any spaghetti, drunken spaghetti. You can use a little bit of red wine, and if you want a fantastic, delicious meal that's ready in less than 30 minutes, this is the one for you. Let's get started right now. So start off by bringing a pot of water to a boil, and now's the time to add the salt to the water. You don't want to add it earlier, you want to add it when it's boiling. And you want to add 3/4 of a tablespoon of salt for every liter of water. And when you add the salt, do a little bit at the beginning slowly because it's going to erupt a bit. And if you add too much, it'll over erupt. So you want to just add it slowly. Okay. Stir it in. And now I've got here 200 grams of good quality Italian pasta, which is equivalent to about 7 ounces if you're doing the conversion. So 200 grams of pasta. In goes the pasta. And as far as the cooking instructions go, just look on the package of the pasta, and whenever it says it's ready to cook, X amount of minutes, that's what you're going to want to do. This one is spaghetti alla guitarra. So alla guitarra, right there, alla guitarra means it's got a different cut. It's almost rectangular cut. I really like that cut when it comes to spaghetti. So we're going to bring this back to a boil, and then for this particular pasta it takes a little bit longer to cook, 14 minutes to be exact, and that's okay. So once it comes to a boil, I start the timer going, but while this pasta is cooking, we're going to make our sauce. There we go. We got a good boil going, so I'm going to leave the lid off. Give the pasta a stir, the spaghetti, stir it up so that it doesn't stick, and then you can stir it every so often while it's boiling. But if you leave the lid on, it'll create a foam and it'll overflow. So once it comes to a boil, that's the time to take the lid off. All right, I'm going to get the timer going, 14 minutes. Let's make our sauce. Of course, yes, it starts with extra virgin olive oil. And we're going to add 1/4 cup. This is going to be the main base for our sauce right there. So you want to make sure you get all that olive oil out of the cup. So our 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, in it goes. Okay. Let's bring our heat up to medium high. And to that extra virgin olive oil, we are going to add, I've minced up 3 cloves of garlic. So I'm going to add 3 cloves of garlic, minced, and we'll get that into that olive oil. And we're going to just saute this for 30 seconds, just to flavor the olive oil and get that nice, beautiful garlic flavor infused into the olive oil. Okay? And it goes. Let's just bring this up to heat. I've got my wooden spoon, which I can't live without. Okay, our pasta is boiling really good there. In fact, let's give our pasta a stir. Stir that spaghetti. Nothing sticking, as you can see. It's cooking very nicely. Okay. All right. We're multitasking, folks. Now I am going to add, I've got about 1/3 cup of pancetta here, which is about 50 grams or 2 ounces of pancetta, which I have cubed up into little cubes, as you can see here. And if you do not have pancetta, what you can use is prosciutto. And if you do not have prosciutto, I guess you could always use bacon. But honestly, the pancetta or the prosciutto are the ones that you really want, because that's going to give that nice, authentic, salty flavor, pork flavor, to this drunken spaghetti. All right, so once you've added your pancetta, I have 1 dried chili pepper. You could use a fresh chili pepper, or you could just use chili flakes if you like. The chili adds a beautiful flavor to this pasta. So there we go, 1 chili pepper mixed in. I've got the heat on medium right now. Mix that around. This is how quick this sauce comes together. It only takes minutes. All right, and now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. I love the tomato paste in these containers. It keeps in the fridge. It's beautiful. So 1, And 2. Let's get our second one in there. Beautiful. After all, what's pasta without a little bit of tomato, right? Okay, so we have our tomato paste, our garlic, our chili pepper, and our pancetta. Just mix them all around and let them saute up together and get all those flavors infused into that beautiful olive oil. So this already is the base for our sauce right here. Okay, I'm going to go down to medium-low now. In fact, I'm going to actually drop it to low. That's cooked enough. We're just going to let that more or less simmer now until our pasta is ready. In the meanwhile, I have my own homemade wine here, and I have 3/4 cup of homemade wine. Red wine. So you're going to want to use red wine for this recipe, and get a good quality dry red wine. That's what you're going to want, a good quality dry red wine. And yes, my homemade wine is a good quality dry red wine. So it's going to work out perfectly. All right, so we're going to let this continue to simmer and wait for our pasta to finish cooking. Our pasta is now cooked. That can go off. And let's just slide this pot over. Typically when it says in the package, if it says for pasta, let's say it says cook 10 to 12 minutes. 10 minutes means al dente, and the 12 minutes would mean more well done. Typically the first cook time is al dente. Look at that beautiful spaghetti alla guitarra. I just love that. Now, a little bit of pasta water goes in there as well. No problem. In fact, that actually adds a little bit to the flavor because you've got that nice salted pasta water. And I'd like to get the rest of that spaghetti out if I can. Get in there. There we go. Okay, we're good. So now with our pasta in here, we're going to bring our temp back up to medium. And before I add the wine, I just want to get it coated with that beautiful olive oil sauce that we put together. Oh yeah, it's looking good already, folks. It's looking good already. Nice olive oil coating. Okay, now for the touch. There we go. We take our 3/4 cup of red wine. In it goes. All right, let's bring the temperature up. And what we're going to do here is we're only going to cook this for 2 to 3 minutes. So bring it up to temperature and let's let that, and you can see what's happening already. The pasta is taking the color of the red wine. As it absorbs it a bit, it's going to continue to cook here. That is absolutely beautiful. Look at that color. So nice. There we go. And just continue to kind of stir this for, like I say, we're going to give it 2 minutes. There we go. It's been 2 minutes. And look what's happened to our red wine. As you can see there, it's basically all been absorbed. That 3/4 cup of red wine has been absorbed into that pasta. Looky there. Absolutely beautiful. That's done. Now what we could do, this is optional, you could sprinkle some parsley. Okay, it's not coming out very well, so we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Let's sprinkle some parsley. If you have fresh parsley, by all means, use the fresh parsley. I don't have any fresh parsley today, so I have a little bit of the dried, so I'm going to add it. There we go. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's plate this dish right now. Looky there. That is beautiful. In fact, remember that spatula I used? I'm going to, I can't find it, so I will use another spatula. But you see all this beautiful olive oil? Make sure you get all of that, because that's got a lot of flavor right there that's clinging to that pan. That goes in. There we have it. Oh, drunken spaghetti, folks. Drunken spaghetti. I got my plate right here. Make a little bit of room. And of course, Laura's gonna have her portion, but let me plate one right now. I just love the color of this pasta. But I'll tell you what, I love the flavor even more. And when you're cooking pasta, count on, about 100 grams per person. Okay. Oh, there we have it. Okay, folks, you know what's next? The taste test. Let's go. Okay, folks, I can't help it. Take a look at this beautiful, absolutely beautiful pasta dish right here. That is amazing for a simple dish. Now I've got some nice grated Parmigiano-Reggiano cheese that I'm going to sprinkle on top. And if you don't have Parmigiano-Reggiano, you could use Pecorino Romano. That's fine too. There we go. And you know what I need to do first? A quick photo for Facebook and Instagram. Okay, the moment I've been waiting for. Give it a little toss to get that cheese blended in a bit. Looky there. Oh my goodness. I just love simple cooking. Oh my goodness. As I would say in Italy, this is really good. Oh my goodness. It's got just the right enough amount of heat. The flavor from that pancetta is amazing, amazing. The garlic and the olive oil, all the flavors coming together. I have to tell you, folks, you really need to give this a try. You saw how quick it came together. It is so easy to make. But the flavor of this dish, unbelievable. What a pasta dish. Less than 30 minutes, you're having a fantastic dinner. And you know what? You might need more than 100 grams per person because it's that good. But anyways, as always, I want to thank you for joining me on today's episode of Cooking with the Koyas. I truly, really hope you give this recipe a try. It's one of my favorites. And until next time, buon appetito and salute. Oh yeah, this is going to be, I better call Laura because that other 100 grams might be disappearing if I don't.